To me, my name is Nnenna Elendu Ukeje, member representing Bende Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Abia State. Mr. Speaker, of course, everybody is privy to what happened yesterday when your good self and the President of the Senate, no doubt, were at the Eagle Square, and you, along with all of Nigerians, heard loud and clear the voice of the Nigerian workers. Mr. Speaker, our job as Parliament is to collate the aggregate opinion of a critical mass of the Nigerian people, come to the floor of Parliament and canvass that position. Mr. Speaker, what they said to you yesterday was that they were very unhappy and that they wanted you to do something about it. But my concern is that as a member of Parliament, wherever a problem comes up, we must find a legislative solution to the problem. And what is the legislative solution to this problem? Of course, both of you went there yesterday and they asked you to review the minimum wage. And of course, the Minimum Wage Act was passed by both houses of Parliament, the Senate and the House of Representatives. But Mr. Speaker, the truth of the matter is that our hands are basically tied. Your hands and the hands of the Senate President are tied. Because the act is very clear that unless a tri-party committee sits together, made up of the executive arm of government, made up of labor, and made up of the private sector, to sit down and come up with a minimum wage that is acceptable, that does not have hyperinflationary effects on the economy, that boosts production, that creates palliatives for the Nigerian workers, unless they sit down and decide on a figure, that there is nothing that Parliament can do. And so, of course, one of our functions as Parliament, and we do it all the time, is to urge the executive arm of government. And so by this motion, what we're doing is ask that the executives to urge the executive arm of government that the process as outlined in the Minimum Wage Act that went through in 2011 that created the 18,000 naira minimum wage be activated immediately. That they set up the tri-party committee, that committee sits together, that they come up with a wage, and then they immediately, without any delay, forward the same act to the National Assembly for us to act on it in a way that creates the palliatives that the Nigerian workers seek. If they do not do that, Mr. Speaker, sir, there is hardly anything that us as Parliament can do. I therefore again would urge that, Mr. Speaker, sir, you have brought the message from the Eagle Square back to us, and we are asking that the executive arm of government do what they must do in line with the Minimum Wage Act, so that this Parliament that is responsive and responsible to its charge will do exactly what we do at the minimum time, and then amend the Minimum Wage Act in the way that creates the palliatives that the Nigerian workers do. I will not sit down without congratulating them for yesterday and asking that in spite of it all, that they continue, because Nigeria depends on them to continue to survive as a country. Thank you.